Welcome back to Naga Storytime. Today I will be narrating a Rongmei Naga folktale, the legend of Tabuanliu Gangmai. Once upon a time, in a land far away in the northeast region of India, in a small village called Banruang, a tale of beauty, courage, and sacrifice unfolded. This village is adorned with abundant vines and orchids. At the heart of Banruang lived a maiden who is said to be the most beautiful woman in the regions. Her name is Tabuanliu Gangmai. Her fame radiated far and wide, and she does not just have a beautiful face, but she was intellect, brave, and have profound spiritual wisdom of the ancient. Yet, despite her fame and beauty, no men dared to seek her hand in marriage, knowing that she was a woman of remarkable depth and grace. One fateful day, whispers of Tabuanliu's beauty reached the ears of the Kachari king, which later on results that changed the fate of their life. The king, driven by an unshakable desire to make Tabuanliu his wife, he boldly rejected the objections of his queen. He sent forth a lavish offering of gifts and a heartfelt message to Tabuanliu's father, earnestly seeking her hand in marriage. Initially, Tabuanliu's father resisted, but when the king himself journeyed to their humble village, with humility and respect for the villagers, as well as his deep regards for Tabuanliu's family, finally the king won their hearts. Yet, Tabuanliu's heart was not so easily won. She made an audacious demand to become the second most powerful person in the kingdom, just one step below the king himself. The king agreed upon her request, as his thought of getting her as his wife would fulfill his dreams. And finally, they decided that the royal wedding would take place in Banruang village, a grand event that invites well-known people, nobles, and village chiefs from near and far. And so the wedding was conducted. And it was a no ordinary wedding, because it also signified the binding of two tribes where their past was not very good. As time flowed onward, a sinister illness began to poison the mind of the king's first wife. Obsessed with thoughts of reclaiming her throne, she became consumed by darkness, her sole focus on dethroning the queen Tabuanliu. Yet, fate had other plans, as each of her treacherous schemes against the queen was failed, because queen was wise enough to alter all her plans. One day, Queen Tabuanliu's brother came to visit her, and the king was impressed by the skills of the queen's brother, and so the king appointed him as the royal keeper of cattle, granting him a grand mansion to work independently. The king's first wife saw an opportunity to tarnish the queen's reputation. She ordered her advisor to secretly kill one cow each day and throw their remains into the well on the brother's mansion. As days passed, the cattle decreased, and this news reached the king. Upon hearing the news, the king summoned the queen's brother to account for the missing cattle. While he struggled to find an explanation, the king's first wife interfered the case, sharing rumors to the king that the brother was indulging in nightly feasts with friends. She urged the king to inspect the well for evidence, and reluctantly, the king agreed. And when they checked, they found a lot of cattle bones in the well. Anger overwhelmed the king, and he cast out the queen's brother for his betrayal. Upon hearing the news, Queen Tabuanliu's heart was shattered with shame, as she knew of her brother's fondness for meat and drink. Believing herself unworthy to bear the title of queen and that her brother's actions had disgraced her, she left the palace and journeyed to Kaikau village, where her brother had taken refuge. The king and his soldiers trailed her from a distance, expecting her return when she encountered the formidable Barak River. But to their surprise, they witnessed her sitting on top of a majestic tiger and crossing the river. Superstition gripped the soldiers, who pleaded with the king to abandon his pursuit, fearing that Tabuanliu was not of this world, but a supernatural being capable of bringing calamity to their kingdom. Initially, the king was skeptical, but finally, the king knows the truth, that everything that is happening is done by the evil and jealous first wife. He understood the torment she had inflicted upon Tabuanliu. Tabuanliu selflessly leave the crown and choose to follow her brother. In the end, the king loved Tabuanliu enough to let her go. To this day, the Rongmei clan respect the tiger as their totem, a symbol of the unbreakable bond forged between Lady Tabuanliu and the majestic beast. And thus, the legend of Tabuanliu Gangmai lives on, a tale of love, sacrifice, and the extraordinary. I hope you enjoy this story. Please do subscribe and keep supporting for more content like this. Thank you.